Where do you think the most greenhouse gas emissions come from? You'd imagine the billions of cars driving around, hundreds of planes in the sky, and millions of boats speeding across the sea would make the most emissions. You might own an electric car, believing it's better for the environment. In reality, the main source of emissions globally is electricity. Global warming threatens to flood countries, destroy ecosystems, and create extreme weather in places previously much calmer. Burning fossil fuels, especially natural gases, makes up a little over 70% of emissions worldwide. The massive amount of fuel being burnt also causes tons of air pollution. Air pollution kills over 6.5 million people worldwide every year. It's 5 times greater than the amount of people who died in car accidents worldwide. If we continue using fossil fuels and don't transition to something cleaner, millions of people will die. Electricity is the most used form of energy worldwide. It's used to power cars, planes, houses, cities, everything. The whole world uses electricity. Without electricity, you couldn't contact someone from the other side of the world in seconds. Millions of crimes would go unnoticed, with no videos or speakers or cameras. It's necessary to sustain life as it is on Earth. The generation of electricity contributes the most to emissions, making up 34% of the greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. The majority of electricity comes from fossil fuels. You might think it's because fossil fuels are the most efficient, but solar panels and onshore wind turbines produce more electricity for what they're worth. Though solar and wind energy are cheaper, they take notably more space, excluding the usage of solar panels on roofs, for the electricity produced. The emissions caused by both aren't exactly zero either, as mining and transportation of the materials needed usually require greenhouse gases. Most of these tools can be replaced with electric-powered tools instead. Another issue with renewable energies is the batteries used to store them. The majority of batteries are lithium. Lithium mining is environmentally damaging and emits millions of tons of gases into the atmosphere every year. Even though lithium mining isn't great, it's being improved quickly. It's not nearly as bad as oil or gas production, contributing to 15% of emissions worldwide. The mining industry generates 5+ gigatons of greenhouse gas emissions. Oil mining alone produces 5 billion tons of CO2 annually. The most efficient, clean source of energy is nuclear power. Nuclear power plants take up minimal space compared to the amount of electricity they produce. And newer plants, compared to the amount of energy they'll make in their lifetime, are almost as cheap as gas plants. 20% of the electricity produced in the United States comes from nuclear, and another 20% comes from the renewable energy. The issue with nuclear power is nuclear waste, another important issue. Nuclear waste lasts for thousands of years, radiating the nearby environment. Luckily, fusion reactors, unlike fission reactors, don't make any nuclear waste, and they produce much more power. They cost around the same, maybe cheaper than fission reactors. Solar panels are more affordable per watt, as they'll only cost around $1 billion to $3 billion, while reactors can cost $2 to $9 billion. Even more. The burning of fossil fuels isn't the only issue. Eventually, we'll run out of fossil fuels, at least fossil fuels at profit. Unless a major innovation is made in oil collection or a mega source of oil is found, all the reserves we know will run out in about 50 years at the rate we are burning it. Fossil fuels are already getting a lot more expensive. Just in the past 3 years, prices have gone up much faster than expected. Fossil fuels aren't as sustainable as renewables or even nuclear energy. Renewable energy will continue to get more and more efficient, and even if more fossil fuels are found, continuing to burn them will result in major consequences worldwide.